Oh, yeah, I'm muted. I was muted. So we're live here in Best Chicago Wholesale Deals Facebook group. We're going to be discussing today how you can turn one relationship into 40,000 a year and even more. So today we're going to talk about, we just did an interview with one of our partners that we closed deals with, and we did about 40,000 in profit with them, and we're going to continue to do more. So we're going to talk about building relationships today, and how that's probably the most important thing in this business. So our goal here is to help you close deals. In return, hopefully one day you want to partner with us on a deal. Um, we give live free training every Monday at 1 Central. There's over 150 plus trainings in this Facebook group. The best thing to do if you want to go through the training is maybe go to the featured section, and then those are all the most recent ones, of course. So it's Best Chicago Wholesale Deals Live Facebook group. Now, if you're in the Chicago area looking for wholesale deals, you can join our buyers list here, bestchicagoWholesaleDeal.com/buyers. If you need a buyer, let's say you have a deal or you have a deal under contract, you need a buyer for your deal, send it to us. We can take a look at it. We have tons of other creative strategies that we do as well that we can help get deals sold or cash flowed. So, we're going to talk about that today, like all the different things that we're doing. Okay. So I just did an interview with one of our partners, how they closed their eighth wholesale deal, and we closed about four deals together already, and that interview is going to come out on Friday or Thursday. We'll send it to everybody. And how one relationship you can make 40,000 per year or even more, right? And yet last week in our mentorship group, we actually went over uh actual buyer that used to buy a lot of bought properties from us. They bought six or seven properties from us, and then they turned around and let us wholesale like six or seven of their properties, and then all of a sudden we're managing like six of their Airbnbs and making 40 grand a year, just like managing someone's Airbnb, right? So that's all about relationships, and that's I think for repeat business, for to stay in this game long term, you got to think relationships. You got to think long term. I think that's the most important thing. If you're thinking just transactional, you close a deal, you make money once, um, and everything's just transactional for you, and you never turn around and try to help look at the long term play on in every situation. I think you're missing out on a lot of money, right? I can tell you the truth, like when I started this business 14 years ago, a lot of the wholesalers that were starting that when I started were in the game. There's a lot of them don't do wholesaling anymore. The most I would say 90% have fallen off. I think it's because of this right here, what I'm talking about today is long-term relationships and repeat business, right? So, like I said, we did an interview with one of our partners. We made a 40,000 plus in profit with them already. They closed their eighth wholesale deal. And how we found them is basically serving, giving, like basically mentoring. We used to have in Chicago, we had a free meetup group where we just basically give all our information. We had a live meetup, and we gave all of our information away for free. And in return, we would try to partner with people on deals, right? Like, hey, if you need help, you need mentoring, we basically started that for free. And I think that was about 5 years ago we met that person. Uh, and 5 years later, we have still has fruit, right? And that's how you want to look at it, is like, um, let God find you serving other people, he will turn around and bless you. And that's the beauty about this business, is like once you learn how to wholesale properties, how to cash flow properties without credit, without cash, and without getting into debt, without good credit, and you can start teaching other people how to do that. I would turn around and do that as quickly as possible, because you're gonna see, like I said, like we've mentored people 7 years ago and we're still closing deals with. We mentored people 5 years ago, and we're still closing deals with. So Kim and Wanda, who I just did an interview with, 5 years ago we met, and we closed our fourth deal, and they did about eight on their own. They're gonna do a lot more, but 5 years ago, I was serving, giving, and all of a sudden, that 5 years later, you're reaping a harvest, right? So maybe you're not, uh, maybe not you're not seeing profit right away on people you're helping, but as long as you stay committed, stay faithful, God will send you a harvest. It's like you got to view it as like planting seeds, right? So you don't see the fruit right away, right? It may take a year, it may take 6 months, 3 months, right? So that's how you look at it. That's how you look at your business. Like I always recommend, like I'm always recommending, hey, if you get in this business, you close your first deal, that's your first goal. Get to closing 5 deals, get the second base, close 5 deals, and then turn around and start mentoring people. And then you're gonna see that leverage where you're gonna be able to easily close deals every single month because you know what you're doing, and you have a team under you, right? And that's what I did for the meetup groups, is like, hey, started a meetup group, and my goal is just to serve, give, be generous, and teach everyone, how I'm flipping properties without using my own cash or credit. And then all of a sudden, I have like today I woke up and I had like, I think 25 offers to make because of my team. Like, like I have a team of people I mentor. They send us deals to analyze, and then we help them make the right offers. So literally, 25 offers made because of serving people, right? Giving. And those 25 offers that we made, that I woke up and all of a sudden I had 25 offers to make. I didn't go to those deals. They came to me. I didn't chase them. I wasn't, I'm teaching people exactly how to close deals, and then they're turning around, we're splitting profits on these deals, right? And that's eventually, your long-term goal, for to be successful in this business and stay successful is, I believe, building a team eventually, mentoring people, and then also hiring, right? So I have many relationships where we close our 14th deal, third deal, first deal. There's some people on their 20th deal, their 10th deal, their 30th deal. So it's like I have so many people that I've worked with in the past that we're on our 30th deal, we're on our 20th deal, and that's where you want to be. Can you imagine, like, one relationship you closed 30 deals, and every deal you made 5,000 to $10,000, so you ended up making uh you can end up making like 300 grand with just one relationship with one person, right? So focus on building relationships for a repeat business, and that's your long-term goal, right? Like every seller you talk to could be someone that you help, you close the deal, and all of a sudden they want to learn real estate investing. Uh, every buyer you talk to, they could be a buyer that, yeah, you close a deal with them, but they can turn around and be sellers, right? I had so many buyers where they bought a deal from me, and all of a sudden they reach out to me and ask me to help them to sell their deal because of the relationship I built with them, right? And that's great because you have, maybe, like I said, the person that we have like 6 Airbnbs with, going on seven, that we're managing. We closed like 6 or 7 deals where they were the buyer, and all of a sudden they sent us 6 or 7 deals where they were the seller. They owned the property, and we ended up wholesaling it for them. And all of a sudden, you know, 20, 18, 20 transactions later, we made hundreds of thousands in profit. And it's a repeat. And this business is all about, this is like the long-term game, right? This is how like when I'm cold calling, this is how your mindset should be, right? I'm talking to the seller, but I'm thinking long term. How else can I help this seller? Is this seller eventually interested in real estate? And I met a lot of, when I got started, I would go to the properties myself. I would meet the sellers. And guess what? There were quite a few sellers that had a lot of money, and they became actual investors into like our rehabs, our fix and flips, our rentals, right? So, when you're making your cold calling people, texting people, you're doing your marketing, and you have a seller on the line, guess what? That one person could be someone that has millions of dollars that wants to invest in your business, right? So you gotta look at it as that should make you want to get on the phone, right? A lot of people are the reason they don't succeed in this business, I would say 90% why people fail is just because they're afraid to get on the phone and get rejected. And just knowing that like one relationship, one connection, one phone call you made could lead to 40 grand a year, could lead to 300,000 in profit, could lead to um someone that has hundreds of rentals and that could be like 30 of your Airbnbs that you're going to manage, or one person that has millions of dollars that could fund all your fix and flips, all your rent, like all your projects, right? So how do I do that? First thing is you gotta think, stop thinking transactional, but think about like everyone, everyone that I talk to, seller or buyer or anyone I come in contact with, they're another human being and they're not just a stat, a figure, right? Like a lot of people get in this business and they go, I gotta make 30 offers to get one deal so I can make $5,000, and that's all they think about, right? But they don't realize these 30 people that they're talking to, they could be, a client, a relationship built where 3, 5, 6, 7 years later you close 30 deals, right? Step one, you actually connect with people. It's time to get back on the phone and stop relying like on text messaging and emails. And I'm guilty of that. Like I'm super busy some days, and all I want to do is just I don't want to call this person back. I just want to send a text. I just want to send an email. So I know how it is, right? Like you just want to get it done, right? But I'm telling you, pick up the phone, make the phone call, and just simply ask like, how can I help you? Like, what can I do to help this other person on the other side of the line, right? So step two is ask everyone you come in contact with how you can help them, how I can help you, right? And I would say step three is learning multiple ways you can help people. Like if you're in the camp of all you do is wholesale and that's all you focus on, guess what? That's all you're not gonna you're missing out. You're leaving probably hundreds of thousands a year on the table that you could have gotten if you learn for all the creative different strategies that you can do. And I get it, like a lot of people teach that you should niche down, just focus on, one offer and don't do anything else. And people were very successful at doing that, but today's with the competition today, and with the low inventory, you gotta learn different strategies, right? And yeah, most people already know wholesaling. You make a cash offer, you assign the contract for a fee. We teach rent to owns where you can, for example, we just had a deal where the deal came in and we made the cash offer and it was like 200 grand lower than what they wanted, right? And then we went through our whole 5 offer system. We made rent to own offer. Then we ended up agreeing on an Airbnb offer, right? And we're actually gonna go see that property hopefully this weekend, and that deal could make like 40,000 a year just managed. It's like a 4 unit building. It should make probably 160, 180,000 in revenue total, and we usually get 20 to 30% of revenue. So we could possibly make like close to 40 grand a year on one deal because we learned the different strategies, right? We didn't just we just do wholesale. That's all we do. We just do fix and flips. And the reason you learn different strategies as well is because um, you want to love your clients more. Like these sellers, these people that you're trying to help, these are your clients, and you're trying to love them more and provide more value to them by giving them more options, more ways that you can help them, right? So I'm gonna go down this list pretty quick. So rent to owns. You can do rent to own assignments where you just assign the deal for a fee and walk away. You can do rent to owns where you stay in the middle of the deal, where you actually do a rent to own and you turn around and rent to own to someone else for a higher price, higher cash flow. You can actually Airbnb rent to owns, which we've done plenty of those. you can rent to own and then just sell the property. So rent to own is like you own the property, right? And you can even assign these straight options. Straight option agreements, we do tons of these. Straight options are maybe it doesn't work for a wholesale, but you can try to help the buyer or the seller find more of a retail buyer. So you get an option agreement to buy, then you just add your fee on top of it. Maybe it doesn't work for a wholesale, but you can go and help the seller try to find a retail buyer, right? And the if you're if we do in Illinois, I'm licensed in Illinois, so we just basically listed in Illinois. If it's like a different state, we have listings in a bunch of different states we just use Brokerlist. Brokerlist is a nationwide company that lets you list option agreements, lets you list wholesale deals, and you can actually list these properties and try to find a retail buyer. And the key is honesty to get these deals done, right? Like if you're dishonest, you lie to people, you tell them, "Hey, I'm buying it," and you're really not buying it. You're just trying to you're just trying to wholesale it, and you have no intent of buying it. Then they find out, then the whole deal falls through, right? So the key of getting these deals is be honest with the seller, be honest with buyers, be honest with everybody. Tell them what's really going on. And then Airbnbs, you can do like property management where you're just getting a percentage of revenue. And yes, to do your first one, that does take a lot of work because you got to set up all the systems, the tools, and all that. But once you learn it, it's really like plug and play. We've had deals in like, we had Airbnbs that we manage in already like 6, 7 different states. And I've had Airbnbs for like 4 years that I've never even stepped foot in. Like I never walked into the property. Everything is managed through our systems, right? So Airbnb management, normal rentals. I don't do normal rentals where basically that's when you just get like 1 month's rent. So if someone's renting for 2,000 a month, you find a renter for them for 2,000, and you get 1 month's rent. And then you can even do like property management where you're getting 10% of the total rent collected. I don't do that, but that's another strategy that you can add maybe to help the seller, right? Owner financing. I don't believe in getting into debt anymore. I was 10 million in debt today, completely debt free. But owner financing, if you guys want to take over people's debts, you can. That's another strategy a lot of people use. They can, similar to rent to own, you can assign the owner finance deal for a fee, or you can stay in the middle of it, cash flow it, Airbnb it, rent to own it, sell it if you want. We broker for private lenders. There's all the private lenders out there, the big ones, uh, Cavia, Lima One, all these big private lending companies out there, they let you broker and you can actually um help owners refinance their home, help owners yeah, we had deals where we just basically sent the deal to our broker and they refinanced the home and then we got like a 1% fee of what they financed. And we just did a deal recently where it was like we refinanced it, so we made like I think 4 or 5 thousand on the refi, and then we ended up listing it for sale, and it didn't sell in like 2 months, and then we ended up Airbnb-ing it for like 6 months, so we were making like 2,000 a month Airbnb managing the property, and then eventually it sold, so we ended up making like I think $15,000 commission. So in one deal we made money 3 ways, right? So it's like when you learn all these different strategies, you can help people so many different ways. It opens the door for so much. So equity splits, like example. So going back to broker for private lenders. So when we wholesale properties, we tell people, hey, we have lenders that can fund these deals, and if they come to our lenders, they want to use them, then you can get profit from the deals, the business that you send them, right? Equity splits, we've done a ton of these where like the owner has a property, they won't sell it for the price that you need to get the wholesale deal. Um, but they're willing to do equity split, meaning that they'll put up their property to you and then you become part owner and then you go in and maybe rehab the property, right? So if you have maybe the finances to rehab it, the cash, or maybe you have a hard money lender. We done quite a few of these where the owner has the property. We have the credit and the lender to refinance it and then turn around and rehab it. So we put up the rehab money, the owner puts up the property, and then we go and sell it, right? So as when the rehab's done, you can go and sell it. And equity splits are great as well. We done quite a few where the owner owed 30 grand in taxes or whatever, and the auction's coming up on Friday, and we had to close on it. We gave him the 30 grand, and we became 50-50 owner with the owner. And then what we did, we just listed it on the MLS for sale, made 50 grand in profit. So equity splits are great. If owner is not willing to maybe come down to a price that it needs to work, you can do equity split. Curbio, if you guys are a licensed realtor, we've used Curbio quite a few times. Basically, they do the rehab for the owner. They put up the rehab money. So you can partner with a realtor, but they only work with realtors. So basically, let's say an owner comes in, they have a property that needs a lot of work. They don't have the money for that. Maybe you made the cash offer, doesn't work. You made, different offers that don't work. But then Curbio comes in, you're the agent working with them, and they bring in all the rehab money, right? And then you go and sell it for a higher commission because now the property is worth $500,000 because you rehabbed it, right? So Curbio can come in and put up all the rehab money, and the seller doesn't pay them until the property's sold, right? So these are just a super quick overview on like different ways we make money and help sellers, and we also use these tools to help buyers, right? Um, so so grow your tools, grow your toolbox of different ways you can help sellers, different ways you can help buyers, and just basically it's just different ways of helping people, right? And as you learn all these different strategies, it's not to confuse you, but it's for you to become uh be able to help more people as leads come in, right? So every lead that comes in, I have a way to help them no matter what. We've had deals where 200 grand upside down, we turned the property into Airbnb, and the owner who was in foreclosure is not in foreclosure anymore because the Airbnb money helped him pay all the back payments on the mortgage, right? So there's so many ways. There's a lot of, I know that, I'm going through a lot of different ways, but this is basically what we do. Like we take a seller and we try to figure out a way we can help them. And then same thing with buyers. A lot of the buyers, a lot of buyers come to us, and then we can help them either, like I said, I had one relationship where the buyer bought properties from us first. So they bought wholesale deals, and then they became the seller, sold deals through us, and then we wholesaled it for them. We even listed properties for them, and then we managed their Airbnbs. So step four, always follow up and reconnect. Ask them how I can help you. You always got to think like, buyers can be sellers and vice versa. This seller could be a buyer. This seller can be a potential investor. This seller can be a potential person that maybe they own a lot of rentals already. They can be someone that wants to turn all their properties into Airbnbs. Um, so for repeated success, always think long term. How can I build this relationship? How can I help this person with their situation, right? And then always think of creative ways you can help them, right? Like I said, the one deal, the one deal that we're getting now, uh, we just got, the deal came in, offered cash, that didn't work. We offered rent to own, and then we offered Airbnb. And all of a sudden, this one deal, one phone call, one conversation is going to lead to 40,000 a year in profit just from one person, one deal, one homeowner, one phone call, right? So the whole uh training should lead you to want to get on the phone. Like you want to talk to as many people as possible, and you want to hopefully find that one person, that one relationship, that one seller, that maybe that one landlord that can be 40,000 a year, right? And this should motivate you to just go out there and just crush it. Like why stop relying on texts, stop relying on emails, even, if you could get out of the house and start going to meetup groups, meetings, I believe it's time to start getting out of the house and start going back and meeting people face to face, right? Like we used to do all the time before COVID, right? So if you're looking for more of a one-on-one mentorship, you can go to kingdomracademy.com. There's like a 90-minute presentation on how it works. And and we basically handhold you through deals. We'll analyze your deal, we'll help you fill out the contracts, of course we partner on deals. So check it out, see how it works. If you're interested, just go to kingdomracademy.com and check out the presentation there. If you guys have any questions, you can reach out to me. If you guys have any questions, my email, my phone. So, and basically like all this stuff about relationships, serving people, giving people, loving people, this is all from the Bible. Like this is all like the more people you serve, the more you're better going to be in business. And yes, there is uh unrighteous wealth where you can get really wealthy following the ways of the world, and you can see it out there where people are selling drugs and getting wealthy, but they're killing people, right? So there's unrighteous wealth and there's righteous wealth. Righteous wealth is following the ways of God and following his ways to make wealth, right? So in 2 Corinthians 4:18 it says the things we see now are here today, gone tomorrow, but the things we can't see will last forever. So things you can't see will last forever. Every material thing we see in front of us now will eventually be gone. And the Bible says, so why are you going to worry about accumulating stuff, right? Like instead, your focus on things should be things that last forever. What lasts forever? It's going to be, if hopefully you put your faith in Jesus Christ, you repented of your sins and you follow him now. But if you do, you're gonna last forever. And the other things that last forever are gonna be other people that believe, right? So who can I be a blessing to today? Who can I love today? Should be your question every day. Like who can I be a blessing? Who can I serve? Who can I give to? Who can I love today? Right? If you do that every day, if your mindset when you're doing your cold calls is that way, if your mindset when you're doing your marketing, talking to people is that way, it's going to be so much easier to have conversation. It's going to be so much easier. You're going to figure out ways to help people because you have a different mindset rather than, like I said, like a transactional mindset where it's all about numbers and making money, right? So what do you need to do today to improve, who you are, your character, what you do? What things do I need to stop doing and start doing? You're taking yourself to heaven, so work on yourself and then work on bringing people with you, right? And we do that you can do that in your business. Uh, like the Bible says, like, hey, everywhere you go, you should be glorifying God, giving him glory, right? Business should be focused on how to love, serve, give to other people first, and you will succeed. So if you have a mindset of man, how can I outlove my competition? How can I outserve my competition? How can I give more than other people are doing? How can I just be generous and give? And that's the way I found success, right? Like been doing this 14 years full time, and like 12 of those years, I've been doing meetups, just giving information, mentoring people, and like relationship that happened 10 years ago, I still have that relationship and we're still like doing deals, right? And that's because, I stepped out there and I started serving, giving, being generous, helping people, right? Realizing that life on earth is just a temporary assignment should radically alter your values. So in 1 Corinthians 7:31, it says, those in frequent contact with the things of the world should make good use of them without becoming attached to them, for this world and all it contains will pass away. So everything you see is going to pass away. So it's like we're not taking our house with us, our cars with us, we're not taking our money with us. We're taking ourselves and we're taking other people with us, and that's it. All the resources God has given you, make good use of it. Use it to focus on things that will last forever. Focus on people, loving them, saving them, being generous, like I said, giving. Focus on improving who you are, things that you need to, uh, you know, do, things that you need to improve your character. And really, it's a hard issue. Like, if you're doing things that God doesn't like you to do, really it's all it is a heart issue. Like, do you really love God more than yourself? Or do you really love God more than anything, right? For me, it was just realizing like how much God really loves me, and then that changed me because uh I didn't want to displease him anymore, right? I didn't want to do things anymore that would make him not happy with what I'm doing, right? Like things that I shouldn't be doing. And that's what it's all about. It's like, man, God loved you that he actually physically, like a man came here, he came and died for you, right? Like, so if someone came and broke into your house and pulled a gun on you, and your best friend just took the bullet for you, and he just said, hey, live for me for the rest of your life, guess what, you're going to remember that, right? And you are going to try to live out his what he wanted to do for you. So everything around us is going to pass away. All your stuff you're not taking with you, but focus on helping people, loving people, giving to people, serving. And you do this, God is going to take care of you, and he's going to take care of your business. So, and unfortunately, like today's day and age, we don't even know our neighbors' names anymore, right? Like we don't even know people that live next to us or below us or above us anymore. Um, and I think we got to get back to that where we have to start taking care of everyone around us and see how we can help everyone around us. So, 2 Corinthians 4:18, we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. Since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. So fix your eyes on what you cannot see. Everything we see is going to be temporary, right? And like when you close your eyes, you meditate, right? Like things that you can't see, right? Like meditation is very important. The Bible tells us to meditate on his word day and night to make sure we walk in his ways. And I believe meditation is important for every aspect of your life, business, personal life. You gotta meditate and ask yourself, what does success look like, right? What does success in my business, my personal life look like, in my spiritual life? What does that look like, right? And I believe meditation, for me is basically like I'm here right now, and this is where I want to be. So I meditate on where I want to be and my goals and where I want to end up in the next year, the next 5 years, the next 10 years. And as I meditate on that, um, and that's the only way you can get really belief that you can achieve it is if you focus on it all the time, right? Like you can't achieve anything without believing you can do it, right? And the way that you can believe you can do it and to make it more real, I believe is through meditation. You close your eyes, you meditate on like, man, I wake up and every day worship. I have time to read my Bible, pray, worship to God. I wake up and I have time to maybe exercise and be healthy. I wake up and maybe I have 20 Airbnbs, and you're making 20 grand a month. So, today most days you're working 2 hours a day, and most days you're spending time taking your kids to school, doing all the activities with your family, with your friends that you can, because you have the cash flow coming in your work that you don't need to do all that, right? So meditate on that, like and meditate on your perfect day every day, right? Like what does that look like in your business and your personal life? What does that look like every day? Your perfect day, right? And believe you can achieve it, right? Like without having faith, you can't do anything. Like we do everything by faith, right? Like if you when you wake up and you turn the electric switch on, by faith, you're turning on the light switch, right? By when you sit in a chair, by faith, you're sitting in that chair, believing that chair is going to hold you up, right? And that's the first step for everything is have faith, believe that you can do it. And that's why the first step as a Christian is to believe, have faith in Jesus, right? That's the first step. You don't if you can't do that, then there's no steps after that, right? So last slide, what your James 4:4 says you're cheating on God if all you want is your own way, flirting with the world every chance you get, you end up enemies of God and his way. So stop focusing on yourself and what you want. This verse is all about selfishness. I believe selfishness is the number one destroyer of everything. Selfishness destroys marriages, destroys friendships, destroys businesses, destroys nations, right? Like being selfish. Um, so the Bible over and over again, stop focusing on yourself, focus on God, focus on how you can love other people, right? So focus on how you can love people. This is the number one business strategy for success is how can I love other people today? How can I love more? How can I give more, right? Focus on how you can serve your clients better, what do you need to learn? What maybe books, courses do you need to study? What seminars you need to go to? What's gonna make you better at what you do is to serve your clients, right? The people that you serve. And humility, which the Bible tells us over and over again, is a characteristic that he wants for us, is not focusing on yourself, but focusing on God and other people, right? And removing selfishness, basically. Serving others, giving to others, being generous, being kind, being patient, being merciful, being peaceful, and being joyful are characteristics that we should have in our business. And yes, I'm a work in progress, and I'm working on all this, right? Like none of us are perfect, and we all fall short, right? So we're all a work in progress. But I believe my success throughout the years has just been through because relationships. I've been serving, giving, uh, helping people, right? And I have relationship after relationship where we've closed 10 deals, 20 deals, 30 deals. We closed our first deal together, our second deal together, right? And this has come through a lifestyle of service, a lifestyle of giving, a lifestyle of helping, and a lifestyle of loving other people. So, put that in your business, right? Like have that as your mindset when you go on your appointments, when you make your phone calls, when you talk to people. How can I help this person? What can I do to serve them, right? So we're gonna end here. I just want to thank God for all his blessings, just giving us this crazy technology that we have today that we can communicate and just all the blessings of abundance around us. We live in America where I think if you make like 30,000 a year, you're top like 95% income earner in the world. So we have abundance here. We're abundantly blessed just to be in this country and have everything that we do have. And we just ask for your blessings and favor over our lives, over our personal lives, over our businesses, our finances, that you use this, yet you change our heart to that where we focus on serving people, loving people, giving, being generous, helping people, and focus on how we can do it better in our business, in our personal life, and everything we do. In Jesus' name, amen. God bless you guys. We'll see you in the members in the mentorship group tomorrow at 1, and we'll be live here in this Facebook group next week.